The social movement I decided to pursue for this class was that of obesity. In the United States of America, there are a multitude of obese people. According to worldatlas.com, we rank number 10 of the 30 most obese countries in the world at 36.2% of population that is obese. That is a body mass index of over 30%. According to PubMed.com, obese patients are at an increased risk for developing many medical problems, including insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, stroke, sleep apnea, gout, osteoarthritis, and a ton of cancers as well. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the prevalence of childhood obesity in the United States for the ages of 2 to 19, that is our children, is 19.3% and affects about 14.4 million children now. My inspiration for engaging with obesity as a social movement comes from within. I have a direct understanding of obesity because I happen to suffer from it, and I believe that the change has to come from within. The message I would like to convey is that obesity is a treatable disease that can be corrected through diet and exercise. The process begins at a young age, and it starts by developing healthy habits. This is not an easy process, as multinational corporations invest billions of dollars to promote their food, and very little is done to establish the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. In an era where we are struggling with a pandemic, focus should be diverted to one of the leading factors of death, obesity. I will be presenting the 3 creative projects that were completed throughout the semester, the visual rhetoric concepts utilized within them, and how I expect the audience to interact with them in the following slides. When I decided to work with obesity as my movement, the first thing that came to mind was the addictive nature of fast food. McDonald's mascot, Ronald McDonald, was the first thing that popped up in my mind. I have a vivid recollection of him being in my childhood and the importance I placed upon Happy Meals. Little did I know that I would become a lifelong consumer of their food. The poster being presented here is meant to reach the obese American consumer of fast food, and is meant to make the correlation that food can be just like drugs, addictive in nature. The background of the poster is a spray-painted, stenciled ink blot of Ronald McDonald, the famous McDonald's mascot, with the word obese below it and McDonald's M above his face. The image makes a direct statement to connect the McDonald's Corporation to the current American struggle with obesity, and does it very simply by connecting the mascot to the term. A white border was placed around the image to amplify and differentiate it from the concrete background in order to make the typography of the poster legible. The text within the border was written in white. Different fonts and font sizes were used to break up the statement. The focal point of the poster is placed directly above Ronald McDonald's eyes and is also written in the largest and boldest font. Food addiction is real. The line following the focal point of the poster is eat responsibly, playing off the alcohol propaganda of drinking responsibly. Each statement in the poster is presented in different font sizes to show the hierarchy of how they are to be read. The last statement utilizes a color change of the font to amplify a truth within the verbiage. By stating that fast food isn't real, it makes the consumer question their choices in the fast food agenda. The second project was to create a typography art piece for the movement, and the inspiration for mine was an old American saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." I do not have access to photo editing software, so I decided to create the image on paper and scan it in. My current attempt at weight loss has nothing to do with losing weight and everything to do with changing my mentality towards food and healthy living. I have no desire to look a certain way. I want to be able to ride my bicycle, go on a hike, take on adventurous tasks, and reach old age. The way I ate in the past was not going to allow this to be a reality. I am 31 years old and already have medical complications from obesity like high blood pressure, lack of energy, arthritis, and inflammation. Do not need to find outside motivation for my movement since it comes from within. Typographical images required the use of words, and the words were applied along the interior perimeter of the outline to create definition within the image. I chose a selection of words that are directly correlated to healthy eating. By attempting to follow all the words in this typography, you can actually stay away from the doctor, and that's the whole purpose of this design. The desire to produce a higher quality image is present, but as the artist for this image, recognizing my own limitations, I feel that the work captures the social movement. For the final project, I decided to do a public service announcement that was based on my own life as a motivation piece for other individuals attempting to change their lives. The prevalent way to entice your audience and influence others to support your cause is through social media today. As such, I created a TikTok that chronicles my weight loss journey by documenting before and after photos as well as explaining my diet and exercise regime. I have a newfound respect for content producers on social media. It's a very involved process. I will say that producing a video from your own perspective leaves me feeling vulnerable and exposed. I recognize the value of the content, but also feel like I'm opening myself up to criticism. I will admit to having made a mistake where my public service announcement actually ended up becoming a bit of a personal, persuasive message, and you'll notice that at the very end. Nonetheless, I do believe that the purpose of the content will come out and the audience will take it and hopefully be motivated to make some changes in their life. Come along on my journey to Wonderland. I've been obese my entire life and I'm tired of being obese. So I started this journey at 281 pounds. This is my diet. This is what it consists of. I have a cheat meal once a week so that I can break the routine. I started the journey in June of 2021, and the first thing that I actually started doing was exercising regularly. When I first started exercising by going to the gym, I was actually really bad at it, but I decided to stay consistent, and I'm going 6 days a week, where I'm doing strength training for at least 45 minutes a day, and then trying to do another 30 to 45 minutes of cycling per day. My goal at the end of this is to be able to be in the Wonderland, so 195 pounds again, and complete another Santa Fe Century. It's a 100-mile bike ride. Follow along if you'd like. This has been an emotional journey for me. The social movement I chose, obesity, is a personal one, but it's also one that I recognize can have very large ramifications for our entire society if we don't start making changes. There is so much misinformation out there about how to stay healthy and how to engage with healthy lifestyles, and the truth is you need to go ahead and do your own research and communicate with your own doctors to figure out what's the best plan for you. This is an uphill battle because a lot of people are trying to make it so that it's okay to be obese and not recognizing the ramifications of those decisions. And I hope the audience finds motivation in the work that I have done within myself, and that motivation also helps to continue me going forward with my own weight loss journey and continuing on with a healthy lifestyle. I hope to be able to teach my own children one day how to have a healthy lifestyle as well. I hope that the material I provided is engaging for the audience and that they feel like they can also make the change and start to be part of the grand scheme of things of helping each other get to their own healthy goals. Thank you for watching my presentation.